Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Let's continue our series of NFL Mount Rushmores. We are on the 18th of 32 teams going in alphabetical order. Today is the Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers have been a franchise since 1960. We're actually known as the Los Angeles Chargers that 1960 year. Then we're known as the San Diego Chargers from 1961 to 2016. And again, have been known as the Los Angeles Chargers since 2017. They did win an AFL championship in 1963. Otherwise, they have made just one Super Bowl appearance in the 1994 season where they lost to the San Francisco 49ers. In these, I attempt to name the four best players in franchise history, only looking at their accomplishments with said team. So today being the Chargers. As always, I will name a bunch of honorable mentions. I'll tell you what, two quarterbacks you could really, I wanted to include one of them. The other one was probably the toughest omission. Let's get into it, starting with wide receiver Lance Allworth. Allworth was taken, was taken 8th overall in the 1962 NFL draft and 9th overall in the 1962 AFL draft. But started his career with the Chargers, where he played from 1962 to 1970. Before ending his career 2 seasons with the Cowboys. In his 9 seasons with the Chargers, totaled 493 catches for 9,584 yards and 81 scores, 19.4 yards per reception. 3 times led the league in receptions, 3 times led in receiving yards, and 3 times led in receiving touchdowns while with the Chargers. Was a member of their AFL championship team, named the 7 straight Pro Bowls from 1963 to 69. Was a first-team All-Pro the first 6 of those seasons, 63 to 68. Went over 1,000 yards 7 straight years in all of those Pro Bowl seasons. Had 5 seasons in which he reached double-digit touchdown totals. Lance Allworth, absolute legend, put up great numbers in the 60s in what wasn't as a pass-friendly offenses as we see today. First member of the Chargers Mount Rushmore. And I'm also naming the guys in alphabetical order. Forgot to mention that by last name. They are not ranked. So next, it was really between him and one other quarterback. I went Philip Rivers. Rivers was the 4th overall pick, actually, the Giants, involved in the Eli Manning trade of the 2004 NFL draft. Ended up playing 16 seasons from 2004 to 2019 with the Chargers before spending his last year with the Colts. As the Chargers starting quarterback, went 123 and 101 as their starter. Made 8 Pro Bowls with the team. Was the 2013 Comeback Player of the Year. Once led the league in completion percentage, once in yards, once in touchdowns, and once in quarterback rating in his career. 2009 finished 3rd in MVP voting for his time with the Chargers. Completed 64.7% of his passes for 59,271 yards and 397 touchdowns all time, including his season with the Colts. He is 6th all time in both passing yards and passing touchdowns. Philip Rivers, the 2nd member of the Chargers Mount Rushmore. Next, rest in peace, Junior Seau. Passed away May 2nd, 2012 at the age of 43. What a career he had. 5th overall pick by the Chargers in the 1990 NFL Draft. First ballot Hall of Famer in 2015. Played a total of 20 seasons, the first 13 of which were with the San Diego Chargers. In that time was named to 12 Pro Bowls. 12 Pro Bowls every year with the Chargers except his rookie season. And in 6 of those seasons was also a first-team All-Pro. had over 100 tackles in 8 of his seasons with the team, including 6 straight years from 1991 to 1996. Intercepted 15 passes with the ball club. Junior Seau was just an absolute beast on the field. An incredible player to watch. Listed at 6'3", 250. Brought fear into opposing tight ends and wide receivers whose passing routes went in his direction. Junior Seau, just an absolute legend. Rest in peace. 47 sacks in his time with the Chargers. Was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year in 1992. The third member of the Chargers Mount Rushmore. And let's end with LaDainian Tomlinson, 5th overall pick in 2001. First ballot Hall of Famer in 2017. Tomlinson played 9 seasons for the Chargers, 2001 to 09. In that time, rushed for 12,490 yards and 138 rushing touchdowns. Absolutely incredible. If you look at his career, he's 7th all-time in rushing yards and 2nd in rushing touchdowns. That includes his 2 seasons with the Jets, where he totaled 1,194 yards and 7 touchdowns. He led the league in back-to-back seasons, 2006 and 2007, in rushing yards. Each of his first 8 seasons, he had at least 1,110 rushing yards. All 9 of his seasons with the Chargers, he reached double digits in rushing touchdowns. Also caught 530 passes with the team, including 100 in the 2003 season. Was both the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year in 2006. Again, just had a penchant for finding the end zone. LaDainian Tomlinson, easy choice for the Chargers Mount Rushmore. So there are the 4 players in the Chargers Mount Rushmore. Again, in alphabetical order by last name. We got Lance Allworth, we got Phillip Rivers, we got Junior Seau, and we got LaDainian Tomlinson. Definitely the toughest omission. Hall of Fame quarterback Dan Fouts. If you want to include him over Rivers or one of the other guys I mentioned, I definitely would understand. Other honorable mentions include Antonio Gates, Kellen Winslow, Russ Washington, Ron Mix, Charlie Joyner, Walt Sweeney, Justin Herbert. Of course, 2 years into his career. Maybe not an honorable mention yet, but he's a guy to keep your eye on if he continues with his excellent play through just 2 seasons. Few other current players that could potentially be considered: Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Joey Bosa. Then there's also Gary Garrison and Leslie O'Neal. Those are the honorable mentions for the Chargers Mount Rushmore. So there you have it. 18 teams done, 14 teams to go in this Mount Rushmore series. Really enjoyed doing these. I hope you've enjoyed listening to them as well. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe. I appreciate all my new subscribers. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.